Hello everyone, Jak Syn here on behalf of TourFiend.com and Future Daze, and today we're sitting with Nina. How are you doing today, Nina?
I am amazing. It's great to see you. It's great to chat to you. Very excited.
Well, it's exciting for me because, I am an admirer of your music. Great stuff. I know a lot of other people out there are super excited to see this interview today. We're going to ask you a couple of questions and see where it goes from here. Are you ready to do this?
I was born ready. Let's do it.
That is a great answer. I was born ready too. All right, let's get into it. What are three of your most memorable moments from your music career?
So I definitely say going on tour with Erasure. That was amazing and a dream come true. I mean, I grew up listening to their music and I just look up to them so much. And it was kind of early on in my career. So it's like, I think we went on tour like 2014 for their Violet Flame tour. And number one, it was an American tour, and I always dreamt of going on tour in America, I was like, wow. So that was amazing. Then it's Erasure. Then it's like sold out shows, like thousands of people. It was almost like too big for me at that point, because I was kind of starting off and I was like super nervous, really shy at that time. I was, it was literally a year into the beginning of, this project. And me also like just being a lead singer, which I wasn't used to before because I was always kind of safe being a backing singer for many years. So it was kind of like a new thing, but it was so incredibly inspiring. And like, I feel like I've learned so much as an artist being on that tour. So that was definitely like one of the main things that I was just like, wow, this was incredible. I would say the second thing, probably like having my song being played on national TV when Mercedes-Benz chose my song, My Mistake, for their Mercedes-Benz C-Class advert, all over Europe. So that was amazing. I remember the first time I watched, it came on TV and I was like jumping up and down, screaming like crazy, like, oh my God, that's my song. So I felt it was like that one of those kind of really proud moments. So that was really nice. And then, what else would I say? I mean, there's been so many little ones, but I think the best is yet to come. But I would definitely say just like thinking about all the shows I've been playing. I'm coming up to 100 now. One of the most inspiring and just really kind of you don't want this moment to end kind of moment was me performing at Buenos Aires Outrun and Helsinki Sin City. Every show is so special and amazing, but I feel like those two, there was just some extra magic going on. So I would kind of pick these for my favorite kind of live performances, apart from touring, of course. But yeah, so those are my three picks.
Those are some really great moments. I mean, having your song featured on a commercial, I mean, that's pretty rad. And then you were saying, early on in your career, going on tour, with Erasure, that is amazing. I mean, I remember you were saying a little bit earlier too, you were mentioning that you were a backup singer for quite a while. What was that like?
Yeah, so I was a backing singer. I think I was asked to go on tour with this quite famous, or very famous actually at the time, a German singer. And I was 17, so I was super young. Never done anything like this before. I mean, I literally just recorded a silly little demo. And so it was a big deal for me. But it kind of that kind of opened my eyes to how much I really wanted to perform and connect with the audience on that deep level, and being able to just kind of communicate what's in here, to the audience, to the fans. So I just did TV shows with her. I did Top of the Pops when I was still going. So that was quite cool. And, it is one of those things where with the Erasure tour, did that really happen? Was I doing that? It's just crazy, one of those things. So yeah, and it was amazing. And I learned so much as well. But being the front woman, I had to kind of learn to be comfortable doing that. So I was getting really comfortable just being in the background, la 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 kind of thing. And so yeah.
And then you got, put out right in the spotlight. You saw that inherent need inside of you, hey, I want to share what I have with the world, and I want people to see me for who I am. And so I'm just going to come out here and sing my heart out and and play and be the kind of person that I want to be in front of everybody. I can totally relate with that, as being a front man or being, a singer. you have that thing where you kind of go like, you know what? I got to get out there. I got to do this. I got to make sure that the world sees the kind of person that I am and who I am inside. So how has that been navigating the synthwave scene, like being an artist within the synthwave scene? How has that been for you?
Kind of like hanging out with friends. It's just like, I feel like it's such a cool community to be part of. Everyone's super supportive and friendly. Like, I feel like we all kind of know each other now and we support each other. And I feel like it's kind of a special thing to be part of. And I'm so excited that, you know, kind of it's growing as well, that we are able to do like biggest synthwave festivals. You know, like there's still not enough, that's for sure, but it's kind of growing. Like, you know, just as I said, like going to Helsinki Synth City, and I think there was like maybe 600-700 people there. It was completely packed, and just seeing that grow, and the energy that's in the room, and everyone kind of just getting together, no matter what background, whatever you like, whatever, if you're into heavy metal or whatever it is, candy pop, everyone comes together and just enjoys that sound, you know. And yeah, it's something very special to be part of, I think.
And that is very true. It is a very diverse crowd. Like, you get, I like to say it's like a rainbow. You know, we get to see that here when we have our events. You know, a lot of people coming from all different walks of life and just enjoying this music. I mean, you have like people who are into like heavy metal, people who are into, you know, techno, people who are into hip hop. You have all of these different types of people from all walks of life, all races, colors, creeds. It's just amazing to see that this type of music can really resonate with everybody and really just kind of bring everybody together. So I see where you're coming from with that. I mean, it's great to hear that. You're right. It is like hanging out with friends, because it seems like everybody knows you and, you know, says hi, talks with you. And it's just really great to see that everybody has this presence, you know, even online, like with a lot of like artists, like especially you're very easy to talk to, you know, like when, you know, being able to reach out and talk about your music and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's really great to see that there's that connection between the fans and the artists out there.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I feel like we all just, like, there's no one thinking they're better than anyone else. Like, I feel like you can really talk to anyone, like they're your friend. Exactly.
What would you say is your favorite album / EP that you've worked on?
I guess I'd say my album Sleepwalking, because it's like my baby, and it's kind of where I found myself, like where I found my sound, where I got together with Synthian and like Lau, and we just kind of like, you know, started this cool working environment, you know, and we've just kind of found the Nina sound, and there's a lot of like emotions in the album, a lot of like, you know, longing, and a lot of things that I went through growing up. So it's just like a lot of Nina in it, like dating back, you know what I mean? So I would definitely say Sleepwalking is quite diverse, and yeah, it will always be kind of like my baby.
And that's always great. The thing that you did at the beginning, just finding your sound and going from there, it's a very special time, because as a lot of artists, where they are in their career, they kind of look back and they kind of go, you know what? That was the defining moment for me that really kind of took me down the path that I am now. And it's really great to hear that that was like your favorite one. I know a lot of artists will say that their favorite ones are the ones that they're working on now, but it's always really great to hear that, you know, artists out there, the ones that really resonate to them are the ones that did help them find their sound, those very first ones. So, and congratulations on your newest release coming out in June, Synthian. I was listening to the first track, which is of course entitled Synthian, on the Bandcamp website, and I gotta say, it's really, really great. I love the different little elements you popped in there. It's really, really cool.
Thank you so much. Synthian is like, I'm so excited for the song. Like, I actually feel like it's like super catchy, and it's, for me, Synthian is like a love note to my fans, and I just wanted something, because Synthian, like I wanted a nickname for my fans, and so I was like, oh, what could I do? Like about like 2 years ago or something, I came up with I was like, you know what, it has to be something with synth. So I was like calling them synth bees and like some synth writers, and everything was like not original enough, and I was like, and then one day I just came like, Synthian has a good ring to it, I'm gonna call them Synthian from now on. So I was like talking to Celia, and I was like, we should totally like write a song for my fans, like call it Synthian, you know. And he kind of like, yeah, totally, that's true. So he kind of like had a few ideas, and he was like, I remember the catchy bit was like Synthian. So that kind of thing he wrote like a year ago, something like that, you know. So, and I went in January, I flew over to Sweden to be with him and like finished a few things off, and we kind of finished writing that song. And I changed a few more lyrics to make it a little bit more suitable. And it's just like one of those tracks that are meant to be make you dance and like just feel good, and like unity, and like we're sticking together. And thank you so much for your support and love throughout the years. Like it means the world to us, to the whole team, you know. I mean, it seems like people are liking it already, but I'm excited for it to come out, and then, you know, for everyone to hear it properly.
Well, it does really make you want to dance. I will tell you that. It has this really dancey elements to it. I'm sure everybody out there, when the entire album comes out, I'm sure everybody out there is going to be like chomping at the bit to listen to the whole thing. I know I am. I think it's great, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the songs on there. But to everybody out there, if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and check that out. Synthian right now on Nina's Bandcamp page. You can go find it. It's the first track that you're able to listen to right now. And in June, you're going to get that full album. And when you get that full album, be sure to listen to it in its entirety from the beginning to end, because it has a journey, I'm sure. What was the drive behind getting you into making music and performing live?
I mean, ever since I can remember, I wanted to sing. Like little things like me going on road trips with my mom. We would go like every year, we would drive up to Denmark. And I remember just singing along to every song that was playing pretty much, like and you know, like just being like, I want to be like a person on the radio, I want to be able to do that, you know. My mom was like, how does she remember all those lyrics, she's so little, like what's going on, you know. So it was kind of like I always wanted to sing, you know. And then kind of songwriting came a bit later. It was actually a way of expressing myself where words can't. And especially like in high school, when I was going through a little bit of a rough patch, and I was kind of like getting bullied and all that, and that was a bit of a rough time, and for me it was some sort of escape from reality. I was like, and writing down, you know, dreams and where I want to be and a world that could be better, or just kind of like, you know, like being a therapy to myself and going through stuff. So that was kind of like really just a time where I wanted to express myself properly. And then with that, me going on tour, I think that's when I really realized, like, you know, performing in front of people was like such a magical experience. Like I was like, I've done it now, I can't go back, and I don't want to go back. It's like, this is like what I'm, my calling, you know. That's what it felt like. So yeah, I always kind of wanted to do that. I never wanted to do anything else. It was never like a plan B or anything like that. And I always had people telling me, you're crazy, like you need like a stability, you need to study. And like, yeah, it's great if you do that, I mean, like for sure, but it just took away the opportunities that I had coming for me at that time, you know. So I'm actually, I have no regrets. I'm happy that I did what I did, you know. I moved to London when I was very young, and it was super tough, you know, being there on my own and everything like that. But like I learned so much, and like just kind of, you know, becoming an artist, that I have so much to thank for just me being in London and collaborating, meeting people there, and you know, the music scene over there is just so like, you know, inspiring.
And it's that inherent need inside of everybody, I think, that, you know, as artists, to really kind of get that feeling that we have inside out to the world. It was great that you had that inside, and that you knew what you wanted, and that you wanted to push for that. I think a lot of artists sometimes, you know, they kind of have these kind of doubts here and there, like, well, is what I want to do going to be worth it? Is what I want to create, is it going to be worth it? Like, can I really make this work? And I think if you get out of your head and you just stop thinking about it and you just do it, that's going to be a lot better than just sitting around like wondering constantly, like doubting yourself or like questioning the things you want to do. It's great to see that you just, you know, pushed for it and you did it. You know, so you went out to London, and that was where you found your path. And earlier on in what you were talking about, you were saying that you got bullied. You got bullied when you were younger?
Like, I know. Who do they think they are? Like, what's wrong with those people? No, I think you know what? Like, I think that, you know, like teenagers, they like in puberty, they hate everything, they hate everyone. You know, it's the first time of like feeling jealousy or just not being happy with yourself, you know, and all these things. And like it was a tough time. It was like it was kind of the time I remember when I started to when boys started to like me a little bit, and I was kind of starting to have a lot of guy friends, I was like really friendly with them, and like I remember there was this girl group in my class that was just like ganging up on me for no reason. Like there was literally no reason at all, but like it was months and months that happened. And I think one time they even like they called my home and on the phone, and they kind of like threatened me, like, if you come to school tomorrow, we're all gonna like wait in front of the school and beat you up. And things like that, it was pretty rough. Like, yeah, it was hard. It was a hard time. I did not enjoy high school at all. Unfortunately, I have no nice memories of high school at all because of that. So yeah, I mean, but that's what it is. A lot of people go through it, it's nothing uncommon.
Yeah, I am one of those people who has gone through that. Middle school years were bad, and beginning years of high school were bad. But because I had a lot of people, they would bully me because, of course, I was the big kid. I was the bigger kid, and they do a lot of like mean stuff. But like, you know what? It wasn't until I'd say like, midway through high school where I was like, you know what, I'm going to change things. I'm going to like really push to be better. I'm not going to stoop to their level. I'm not going to be, I'm not going to let them win. I'm not going to let them put me down. So that's when I started getting into music, and formed a band and started playing shows and stuff like that. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to just keep going up from here. So it's like ever since then, when you start changing your mindset and you kind of going, I'm not going to let that negativity sink into my head because they're wrong, I'm right, and it is what it is. And they're going to get theirs later on in life. So when you start feeling like that and you start getting in that mindset, you kind of go, you know what, I can do whatever I want to do. And look at where you are now. I mean, it's amazing to see like where you are now and like everything that you're doing. So great job, you know what I mean? And going into that great mindset and not letting it beat you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's this is well done to you too, for just like sticking up for yourself and just like being, you know what, I'm so much better than that. I'm not going down to your level. And there's always someone that you can talk to. Like, I feel like it's important for people that might go through these kind of things, that there's always someone that they can talk to. And it's important to open up as well, or find something like, songwriting or whatever it is, to like just, face those emotions that you might have, and don't just like ignore them or something like that. There's always a way out, and it's always just temporary. That's the thing, that because it feels like forever when you're in that moment, it's day by day by day, and it's such a drag to go into school and you're scared and like everything. But it's like, as it's only temporary. Like, it's not going to be forever. And at the end, you're the one laughing because you're in the right. You didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly. I mean, you get to that point, you got to go like later on in life, you kind of look back and you go, God, those people must have been really unhappy in their life to pick on me. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it's great. It's great to see that, you rose above that. So thank you for that. What are you looking forward to accomplishing the most moving forward?
I'm definitely looking forward to just, releasing more albums, having bigger shows, touring, and actually maybe like having a headline show, a sold out headline show. This is like a dream of mine that's going to happen. Just literally just keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm really happy with how things are going, and, just meeting other artists and creating magic, and like just, being able to express myself and like that way. So yeah, just really that, releasing more and performing more and just growing, and having maybe some more syncs. That would be nice, maybe the next Stranger Things sequence. I don't know, that would be really cool. So yeah, there's a lot of dreams there for sure.
Well, that's great. I know a lot of people out there are super excited and would really love when we start to see the entertainment stuff come back and the shows and all the things like that. I'm sure that everybody out there is going to be right there waiting to see you live. I know I would love to see you live, even though I can't get overseas. It would be great if you came out to the United States, you know what I mean, and did some shows out here.
Sure.
I mean, I am dying to return, like to go back overseas, to return to like, to Germany and go to the, the UK and all that stuff. See London again. It'd be great to do that. But, we would love to have you out in the United States and like see you perform out here, especially here in LA. I think that would be freaking awesome to see you come through on tour here in LA.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was meant to be playing in LA now, like, actually, what's the date today? I was meant to be playing basically tomorrow. I was meant to play a show, but obviously then all this happened, so it didn't happen. But it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, I'll definitely come back and play again in LA. Like, we had such a good time last time we were there. We went to LA. We played a show when we were on tour with Parallels and Radio Wolf, and it was such a fun like tour. It was so fun that we did it again. So like last year. And yeah, LA was one of the really, really, really fun shows that we had. Like, the crowd was super, super cool. And so I definitely want to do that again. Yeah.
It's definitely a show that I missed that I did want to go to. I did want to see Parallels. I did want to catch that whole event. You know what I mean? And like you were saying earlier, you wanted to do a headline show. I would love to see you headline an event and have all these other artists playing with you. That would be great to see. But yeah, as soon as you can get back out here to Los Angeles, that is going to be great. And I'm sure a lot of people here in LA are going to be super excited to see you. And we do look forward to a lot more releases from you, especially that Synthian album. I want to, everybody out there, be sure to get it when it comes out. It is going to be amazing. What positive message would you give your fans out there?
To never give up and have faith in the invisible, that things are happening that you can't see them, but like, I feel like everything is going to work out in the end and things are working for you. So everything is temporary. So if you feel like lost or anything like that, just hang in there. Everything will be better. And I'll keep singing to you.
Yes, and having faith in the invisible, having faith in the power of the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
That things are happening, that things are moving and shaking, and you don't even know that they are. I think a lot of the time, as we go through life, we tend to get so caught up with everything that we're doing that dreams that we want to follow, sometimes we kind of put those on the back burner. Mm-hmm. And we think, God, I'm not doing what I'm doing. I'm not taking the path that I want to take. But sometimes, even though you're not taking that path at that moment in time, the universe is probably telling you, hey, it's coming. You've got to be a little bit patient.
Exactly. It's always just about being patient, It's always going to be okay in the end.
And to watch out for the signs and to pay attention to those things.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Nina, for taking the time to sit down and do this interview today. Thank you to everybody out there for taking the time to watch us have this conversation. And to everybody out there, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the Tour Fiend YouTube channel. I look forward to all the great things and seeing you again next time.
Thank you so much for talking to me. It was really fun. And I hope you dig Synthian when it's out.
Awesome. We'll see you again next time. You have a good night.
You too. Bye.